Well, welcome to the Complete Nonsense Podcast. I want to pre-apologize for anything that we may say that may piss you off or offend you. If it does, please call your friends. Tell them to get on and listen to what these fucking idiots are saying. Comment, hit that subscribe. We want to hear your opinion, but not really. We need the money. Let's begin. You pushed.
Welcome, seriously.
But you pushed the button. We could have. Yeah, you pushed the button.
Did you push the button? Yeah, sound check.
Making this.
Yep.
Do you want tissue? Do you want tissue? What are you doing? Blow before you got here?
Yeah. You have a,
What's going on with this family?
Yeah.
She's got no
I
mascara
sniffled
on.
once.
Where'd you guys come from?
Where did we come from?
Yeah, because you said we're gonna go. We're heading home to nap, and then we're on our way over. Were you guys home all day?
The beach.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the ocean.
So you in
they're
your
ocean
bathing
people.
suit? Is that your bathing suit?
This is no.
That's not a
Bathing
bathing
suit.
suit.
He's got his bathing suit on.
No.
The guy
He
swims
said it
in
was a bathing
grass.
suit. I asked him if it's a bathing suit. He said yes.
It's multi-purpose.
Yeah, he swims in grass.
It's multi-purpose. That's recording. You got a red light on this one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, red light.
Perfect.
Seriously.
Excellent.
Seriously.
We're back.
Here we go. There we go.
Hey.
We're back with another episode of Complete Nonsense.
I just love when we like if I could keep welcome back. If I could keep the early stuff, the conversations that we're having beforehand,
Yeah.
you know, and he wasn't in and out and fucking everything up
Yeah.
or trying to make it perfect.
Yes,
There's a
yeah.
difference.
That's,
But I have one before we even start this show.
Here we
'Cause
go.
I was going to say it's pre-production, and I know you hate to talk
oh,
production.
yeah, I do too.
I know you hate to talk production.
Seriously.
You got two fucking jobs, Sherpa. You really have two jobs.
What are
and
they?
You can defend them if you want.
I will.
No, not you, dude.
Oh,
not
sorry.
you. See,
Sorry.
you can't get
See?
waxed and ruin the show.
See, I'm not ruining it.
So listen,
Seriously.
you have two things that you do. Besides, you set everything up, which is very important. The next time you tell me that I'm fucking challenged or I don't know how to do something with the reels, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to fucking end you.
Okay.
I'm looking,
Just so we're clear.
I'm looking forward
You're
to
not
it.
allowed to tell him the truth.
Harvey
At all.
I'm gonna Harvey Schomburg this guy. All I said was, "Hey, bud, it's not." He sends me the reels. You know, he sends me the reels.
Yeah.
And I painstakingly go through them.
Yeah.
On the OneDrive this week, it just was saying something went wrong. Okay. So all I do is I text him and say, "Hey, bud, I can't see the reels. You don't know what the fuck you're doing." I'm pushing a button, bro. Like like I'm sitting there and it incenses me. I want to fucking I'm like, I'm trying to be calm.
It's like a monkey phone. He tells you that, then you call me and do the same shit.
We can't talk about the
Oh, that's-
show.
no, rules.
Yeah, we're in the show. But yeah,
Yeah,
please.
stop.
I'm begging.
Stop
right?
it.
Say something else. Just say, I'll help you look.
It's just
I'll
the
help
fun,
you
though.
figure
It's the fun answer. It's the easy answer for me. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
this
Yeah.
guy's just an idiot.
No, it's not I don't care that I don't mind the I'm an idiot part, right? Because that's not far off.
I know.
But the thing is, don't fucking like make me try and figure something out. When I'm pushing a button, it says something went wrong. And it happens. And then I didn't even tell you, so last week he does it, and then he pulls up his fucking wife's phone and he goes, "Look, it's fine on her phone." I wanted to car bomb him. So it's nice to see the Big C back.
Big C.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Did you have fun on the Radical Stepmom show?
I did.
Yeah, I listened to the episode.
Was it radical?
It was.
Well, let's break down what the Radical Stepmoms is
Yeah,
and
what
tell
is
us.
that?
What is it? All right,
I was gonna let
you do your thing.
you can.
Jumped right into it.
I know. You want to bully up today, or can we let her speak? Because we're gonna let her
I'm
tell
not
us.
gonna. I'm done.
Seriously.
What
I'm just a button
what-
presser today.
are you though?
Yeah.
All right.
What are we doing?
So Radical Stepmoms. Is that what the show's called? It's called Radical Stepmom.
Radical stepmom.
Okay. And how did you get there?
I wrote in for the 100 millionth time.
Oh, you email her.
Stalker.
I'm
sorry.
can-
That's coughing.
she has a
Straight
link
into the microphone.
to where you can fill out a prompt that is sent to her on being a guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have one question about that. I have one. You're fine. Don't let him stress you out. You'd made a statement a couple of weeks ago, the last time you were here, about how. Oh no, we were on the phone, and you made a statement about how that show helped you through a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I heard. It must have been the wrong episode. So tell us the premise. Now we're not going to bash the show. We're not going to bash the show as a
'Cause you
whole.
can't.
I could a little bit.
No.
Yeah, we could.
The last one
we
was
could.
But we
Could,
wouldn't.
We're not.
We're not. In a comedic way. In a
No,
comedic way.
I'm just saying.
I would never bash that.
Can't open those gates. We could.
Yeah. In a comedic way, because I'm gonna write her. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get on that show, and
Leave
I'm gonna
my name out of it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say no. I think she would. First of all, I think she needs you. So tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us. You had made a statement that you went on to you were listening to that show and it helped you along in the relationship being a stepmom, because you are a stepmother, right? You're a stepmom / mom, right? Or is it work mom / stepmom?
Well, tell us the
I was
premise.
a
Tell us the
stepmom
premise of the show.
So how did that show and what the premise of it drove you to where she was helping you with what you were doing?
She validated stuff that I felt that I had never heard before. I was having an internal battle of my own that she brought light and a voice to, and made me realize that I'm not crazy. This role is hard. This position that I'm in is unique and different, but also the same, honestly, across the board with stepmoms.
Yeah.
But did you not think that going in, take her out of the equation when you met your husband?
Yes.
So you guys looked across a beach, and all of a sudden, this big
100%
tall
at the
guy.
beach.
He's this big tall guy with he's got kind of a little bit of a Jew fro, and he's really built, and he's probably at that time carrying a Volkswagen down.
You obviously didn't listen to my episode because I
did.
explained how we met.
Oh,
Yeah, I did listen to your episode.
No,
I didn't hear. I didn't. Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, I did. You met through your brother and your brother-in-law, your sister. One of you.
Both.
Yeah,
I was the maid of honor, and my husband was the
and
best
then
man.
I did see. Oh, she tried to catch me out. So you can apologize in a minute. So you were at a wedding or something like that, and you guys met and you talked very innocently. She said she made sure she said very innocently.
Cool.
Do we believe it's innocently?
It's a dating
Let's go
site.
with it for
Dating
now.
site?
It was 100% innocently.
Because you had a 6-month-old at that time. I think
Yep.
she said.
Yep.
You had a 6-month-old. Was your fiance there at the wedding also?
Yep.
Okay, so everybody was
I don't
there.
know if they were engaged or
Yeah, I
not.
don't think we were.
I think
Okay.
you.
Well, the mom was there.
Yeah, gotcha. So, but going into so now you are into the situation where that's all broken up. They're broken up, the whole 9 yards. You're now in the mix because I think your brother-in-law said, or he brought him to a party up there, and that's
A
where you guys
vacation,
actually
yeah.
started to talk
Yep.
after a couple of years later. I think you said, or
Yes,
a year
2
and a
years
half later.
later.
We're not going to relive Radical Stepmom. What
But
I'm
they can
getting.
go check it out at Radical Stepmoms.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Any stepmoms out there?
Just
you
don't
know?
listen to episode 7. You got to listen to episode 8.
Season
You-
8, episode 8.
Yeah,
is mine.
yes, that's what you always say. Don't listen to 7.
So that's pretty cool.
I
She listened to a podcast.
have no issue with 7.
7? You didn't think 7 was rough?
No.
Did you hear 7?
Well, yeah,
Did
but
you-
rough
no,
for
hold on.
what? Like,
Let-
rough for you or
Yeah.
rough
Okay,
for
no.
most audience?
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
difference.
I'm gonna tell you why it was rough. So you didn't listen to it.
I don't listen to it. Yeah.
First of
I
all,
was on Nacho Kids.
the woman said, it's called the radicals. Let's be clear. It's called Radical Stepmoms. So everything going in
That's
should
the name
be
choice.
everything is you're going in with a pitchfork and a torch. You're gonna find Frankenstein. And the problem is the episode before, because I wanted to get acclimated before I was gonna hear the big C into it. And this is what I hear. Well, my divorce was amicable. That's how it started. That doesn't work. I took a monster. I was like, let's fucking go. I was ready to go at her because she's like, I'm on Radical Stepmom. It changed my life. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting into this thing. I mean, and you know how I go. I go full throttle, right? I sat down. I smoked a little. I fucking pinched myself. I asked CC to come over and slap me. I wanted to be angry, right? I wanted to be with her. And all of a sudden I hear, my divorce was amicable. And then I hear, how about you, Bill? And Bill's like, well, I was just a driver. I was in the passenger. I'm like, this better get fucking meaner. Somebody got to get mean on this. So me coming in, it was the wrong episode to come in at.
Okay.
Because I think that if you're going to be with somebody with a child, you kind of got it. It's okay. You can burp in here. This is a free zone. Like, we're not changing the world here. Radical Stepmoms helped you through a relationship.
She's changing the world.
This ain't fucking changing the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Can somebody look at that guy?
Seriously.
Yeah. And we can't see him over there. Like, he's fucking way off. He's going to yell at you about something that didn't work just because you pushed the button. We ain't changing. Not only are we not changing anything, we're not even helping each other.
No, not at all.
We're not even trying to fucking
But it's
help
interesting
each other.
that you had a podcast that you listened to that helped you through a lot of things that you were
Yeah.
questioning. That's interesting. I mean, some people do that. Some people listen to music. She has a podcast. And
That's the part I struggle with. I struggle with it because I think that going into it with a kid, to be on a serious note, because you and I are gonna, since we're gonna do this once, and we're gonna do it. You have to know what you're getting in. Like, I'm a stepfather and a parent. Yeah, you kind of have to know.
That's something you don't say.
Why?
I don't think that as a parent you know what you're getting into, but you have a baby, excited to have a baby, right? But you have no idea what you're stepping into, right? You can't until you're doing it.
No,
I think every experience is different. We're all step parents in this room.
Yeah, you have
we've all had different experiences.
You have an understanding.
I agree with it.
Like, if you're having a child, it's not gonna be out of this world. Like, nothing's going to be like, wow, that happened. It may be when it happened, but it's not gonna be like, oh my God, the kid burped. Oh my God, the kid walked. Oh my God, the kid rolled over.
It's
the kid talked.
For different people.
Yeah.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, if there's situations with the child, but no.
Different experiences with different people. I mean, it's different for some people.
Okay.
She was dealing with some things,
and
you have to know.
So well, in my defense,
I don't think you need to defend yourself.
My husband and I dated long distance for the first year of our relationship, and I read 5 books.
5 books?
5 stepmom books. Yes,
Yeah, I can't
in the span of that year. And you know what he told me too was,
stop reading.
You don't have to do that.
Stop reading.
Like what? For what?
There's movies out there.
Yeah, called Stepfather.
And they all said different things.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of them were, just back off, stay in your lane, don't do this, don't do that. Or some of them were, if it gets to this point, give up or whatever. None of them were
There was a chapter in the book that said give up?
Some of them.
Was that the end of the book?
Listen, I still have them.
No hope.
Chapter 14, no hope.
You fucked up.
Right. 2 words, the end, period. Pack your shit and you're out. Yeah.
It's not worth it.
That's all. That's a book. Don't tell us the title. Nobody should read that.
The point is, I knew I was headed into something I really had no idea about. And that's coming from as a product of divorce and someone who had step parents.
You had step parents and you still didn't know what was going on?
I have what I call now my stepmom, but she did not come into my life until high school. I was already driving. I was already established.
That's your buddy.
Right. Yeah. And then on the other side, it was more of a
open door. Cycling door. What do you call the thing at the hotel where you walk
revolving
there?
door.
That's the one I was looking for.
Cycling door. That's a good.
It can cycle.
There's a reason why you're not on camera. So. No, I'm not picking cycling door, bro. I mean, Lenny would even know
got you on that one.
door.
Okay,
thanks.
Knock it off.
Appreciate it. Just push a button for fuck's sake. But look, see, you can't come. You're 100% right. The situation that you were in is the same way Cece was in. That you guys were older, and the other one it wasn't about the kids at that point. Because if there's a cycling door, what's it called? If there's a cycling door, then you're not paid attention to at all.
Right.
And with all due respect, because I'm sure the parents all there are some that just don't love their kids for whatever reason or didn't want kids or anything. But yeah, you were in a totally different situation. But coming in
what I was coming into.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So yes, I would understand that. But you had to figure that even with the experience that you had, that you were coming into a small child, and that there was going to be anybody that has a child, anybody that dates with a child, I would say 80%, and maybe I'm wrong. Somebody wants to, comment and say you're fucking way off AC. I only know one guy that, God bless him, KK, who had an amicable relationship, but at the end of the day, he was like so in tune with his ex-wife. They would have dinners together.
Yeah,
they would have. And exactly his reaction is what the other people's reaction would be. Is that weird? Is that
wanted
wrong?
that.
That's different circumstances.
I wanted that. I wanted to be friends with her.
No,
I
not
tried.
you. Not you.
I'm in the same boat as she.
Where the ex is.
I'm in the same boat. It's difficult. Some people don't experience the same
Stax
relationship.
She doesn't really have a relationship, but it's amicable. They're not fighting. But at the end of the day, that comes with a different set, because like then the people that are coming in, sometimes not for you to have the relationship, for him to have the relationship, right? So what happens is all of a sudden people are like, well, that's a little weird that they're divorced for a reason, but he's over there having dinner without me, right? That's how it became that. But coming into anybody that dates somebody with children,
Stuff.
would have to know, right? It's
Tough.
gonna come with a set of something.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they're divorced. So when you, especially when you start dating and all of a sudden you're like, hey, they're gonna bring up hey, let me tell you, Big C, you're as you guys are smuggled, you're all making out. And he's gonna be like, well, when you meet Molly, she's not the fucking greatest person in the world. And as soon as Molly finds out there's the Big C in the room, she's gonna try and make your fucking life miserable through the child or to you directly, but usually the men can take those bullets, okay? But through the child, they can say some shit to the child. And all of a sudden the child comes to you and starts being an asshole to you, like mine was to Cece, putting like shit in her shampoo and stuff like that.
Ooh,
yeah. Like dumping out a shampoo and putting water in. She was 9. She wasn't that smart, Well, it was like she put Nair in there and shit, and Cece's fucking coming out bald. I still love their balls.
I mean, there's a lot of different circumstances. Some people like the date, whoever you're dating might be like cool with it. And they're like, I'm cool with you, but I'm not cool with the whole that. So they don't know how to take that on.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about like
which
kids.
person are you talking about?
I'm talking about like
the kids are all going to get scarred.
Dating.
All kids are scarred.
Not true.
No way. I haven't met a kid that's not scarred.
Some might have a bad relationship with their other.
I'm not even talking about a bad relationship. I'm talking about scarred from the divorce. Every child gets.
Oh,
scars.
of course.
Everybody.
I'm saying it's when they take another person on in that atmosphere.
It even scars.
It's tough on all ends.
Yeah.
On all ends, and then you're trying to figure out the best way to approach things.
Sure.
And then of course you love the person.
Who doesn't?
You
want
to marry the person, but now we're taking this journey.
I love it.
And this one person that's in your life now becoming as a whole family is not really on board. So it's like, where do we go from here?
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem, though.
Right.
They don't have a choice. They don't make that choice. The person,
they do.
no, they
have a
don't.
choice.
The people that are together, the two people. If you're speaking of the two people that get together, me and CC with my kids, right? Me with my ex with her child, right? You with your significant children, and her with your children. We come in knowing that this is where we're going to be. There are going to be children.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean not necessarily?
Some of them.
You don't know there's children.
Some of them don't. Some of them don't know that.
If somebody tells you, if somebody's like, "Hey, big guy, hi," and be like, "Hi, come on out," and don't tell you they have children, all of a sudden, 6 months later, a fucking child comes out of the closet.
I'm saying there's a lot of different circumstances.
Where's the blow up
Once
button?
you realize that, and the person that the child's not, applicable about taking on you and their lives, that becomes a different story because now you're trying to fight to get them to be easy with you. And sometimes it doesn't go that way.
The kids?
Yeah, the kids.
It's not, again,
and it's
tough. Never going to be easy.
You want to take that journey, but then on the same note, he's struggling with it, she's struggling with it, the kid's struggling with it, but you love each other, you want to be a family.
Right.
So it's
different.
So
go ahead.
I think that with children, especially younger children, my stepdaughter was 2 when we started dating. Yeah. I think any adult that came into her life and was loving and brought joy and gifts and just genuine love, I don't think they're going to resist and turn away and hate that adult.
Of course.
Unless they're prompted.
Of course.
By
that's
the other party.
That's my point. You see,
you're right on that. I think you're right. I think you're dead right on that.
You just made my point is that you're never going in. You have to realize that it's good. The 5 books you read and all that stuff. Hold on. The 5 books you read and all that stuff. Going in, you have to know that there's a reason they're divorced and that there could be some pushback. Not from the child's not going to push you back.
Well,
depending on the age.
But here's the
depending
thing.
On the age.
And in my particular situation, there was never a marriage. It was an oopsie pregnancy. It was 2 people who never intended to raise a child together or spend their lives together at all.
Even worse.
Right.
So she was just flat out nuts.
Yes.
Right. See, so now.
And here's the thing. When I met for the second time, the real time, and started dating my husband, she already had another man living with her. So I came into this situation like, okay, everybody's good. Everybody's done. We've moved on. We're kosher. I had no idea
how crazy she was.
Right. I had no idea that she was using
the child and him.
She was trying to get him back.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Right.
She this whole time that I'm here trying to establish relationships and grow my marriage and my family and all of that, she's thinking that we're playing games.
Yeah.
So
in that time frame, not to cut you off, but in that time frame, were you listening to Radical Stepmoms through that?
No.
Oh, so you hadn't found her till much later.
She was in desperate need for it. Is
Yes.
what it sounds like.
She read five.
She
She
didn't
read
have any
5
answers.
books. She read 5 books.
I did, and they didn't cut it.
Didn't help.
No, I was reading to try to figure out
Good
the.
reads those books and put zeros on them.
I should, but my goal was to learn like about stepmothering a child. It
Yeah.
wasn't navigating the relationship with the ex. I'm thinking everybody, they didn't want to be together in the first place. They gave it a shot. It
Sure.
didn't work. They've
Sure.
moved on. I'm thinking, okay, I
Yeah.
come in and be friendly, right? I make friends. I help out. They can't communicate, so I could communicate with her better.
Yep.
I can do this, that, the other. I'm worried about my relationship with the child. I had no idea how
How tough that was going to be.
how she was going to impact
Yeah.
my relationship with the child.
Same
Right.
thing.
Of
So
course.
again, back to the original.
Of course.
I want to take this back to the original comment, which was you navigated that. I'm sounding like on your own
Hmm.
without listening to
In the beginning,
In the
yeah.
beginning, yeah, she read.
my relationship was
Yeah.
amicable. And hey, Bill, how do you feel? I think I was the passenger. One time we should take
I
a clip.
think I don't know if you're interpreting this correctly.
Terrible.
Those were two married people.
They were.
They were married
Yeah.
to each other. They're
Yes.
talking
Oh,
about
I got
their
it.
exes.
Oh no, I got it.
She had an amicable
I got
divorce.
it.
He did not.
Yes, his was the bad divorce.
Right.
But they're what you just described. Right, is catastrophic. He didn't have that because his were a little older. Well, yours were young.
Well, no, mine were
8,
young.
8. They were 8. Is not 2.
We
You
didn't
were
experience it on her side, but my side we experienced kind of what you were
8.
doing.
Yeah. Well, yours were a little
Same,
older because
yeah.
2 is a big difference between 8 and
And
2.
it's
Right.
tough on all ends. It's
So-
tough on all ends, you know. I get
So that going back to that original episode because I can't wait to be on the show. You first of all you need to.
You can't listen to one episode or two
That's what I
episodes
said,
and
but
bash
it
the
was
whole.
I didn't bash. Not
podcast.
bashing it. That was a tough one. You rocked it, and she needs you as the co-host. I'm advocating for you to be a co-host. You need to be a
She
co-host.
made it
'cause
exciting.
Wait till I get on there, and I'm going to
'Cause
say,
you know
I-
me.
I need Big C on there for when
She
my
has
episode's
had-
going.
She's had divorce attorneys. She's had mental health experts.
Yeah.
She's had all kinds of people.
Yeah.
You really need to explore it more.
it.
Yeah.
She was radical.
The big it wasn't that radical.
Yeah,
Yours was kind of radical. It's the wrong word, radical. But it's the wrong
Spicy.
word. Yeah, no, it should be called fixing parenting or step parenting
Not
for
your
all.
kids.
Not your kids.
Radical stepmoms is much more catchy than.
No, I
step
figured I gave
parenting
you a
for
list
all.
of names. I gave you a list of names. You like those names. I
Got-
can scroll
got
through
problems?
and find those names.
Radical Stepmoms captures exactly what she is doing.
She's not,
It is
but it wasn't
the
radical.
perfect name.
Then the guy
for-
said, "You know what the guy says?" Then
Sound like an ad.
Then the woman says, "Yeah."
Plug it.
The woman says the woman previous to the Big C's episode says, "You know what they did to us? They put us on Facebook." I nearly lost my shit. Facebook's the worst shit that happened to you. I was fucking my step parenting proper with Cece was standing over a bed watching a fucking child, be brought back to life. You were on Facebook.
But I give her a lot of credit.
Did you get crayoned out on Facebook?
She took the initiative to really get answers. I mean, that's really
Well, she had
being a part
you
of
can
a.
tell by this
Yeah.
young lady who has a notes on God, which we're
Yeah.
going to move in because she really is going to be.
Oh,
what's going to
boy.
happen is Christina from
Can you exorcise
Radical
the demons in this house?
Stepmoms. We're going to advocate for the Big C to be your co-host, and when I get there, I don't know whatever you're going to say. Don't. I just love when he's got his mouth. He's ready.
I like you
What are you
put
going
on
to do to
shit,
me?
I was just sitting here realizing being quiet because the Big C's a monster, and I'm just gonna let her handle the thing. But she's an amazing
she
stepmom.
understands
She's an
what-
amazing person. But
Rare.
listen, this is what I'm sitting here
Meow.
realizing. I'm meeting with we're meeting with our attorney, right, in the similar situations, and he said first thing he says when we walk in, he says the toughest thing for any couple to go through is
We all-
step
we all-
parenting,
yeah,
and
we're
we're
all
all
in there.
sitting in this room right now,
90% of it go
and
Yeah.
we all make 90% don't make it through it.
Yeah.
No,
right?
no. 90% go. I don't.
No,
I
I
think
think
they
no.
go
He
through it.
said
I can't
he
give
said
you
90%
statistics of
don't
what
make. He
break
said
up.
90% don't make it. Like
Wow.
who are dealing with that step parent situation.
That
don't
is.
make
I think
it.
that's a good. That's a pretty.
Okay,
accurate
I'm gonna
statistic.
kind of blow that stat up because in this room, okay, between her,
That's why I just said it
her-
was unique. That's why I just said we're like we're outliers.
Well,
Everybody sitting here is outliers.
but you follow me, 90%. That's a tough number to swallow because just in this room between her growing up and now what she's dealing with him growing up and what because you
Yeah.
have a step
No,
parent.
the relationship doesn't work, and they never.
That's
her
what I'm saying.
relationships never worked with her
It's-
step parents. They never got remarried. Period. Right?
Oh, your parents never got remarried.
Or multiple marriages.
My
like, it
mom
never
is
worked
married
out.
now. She got married. I was living in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, it was maybe 4 years ago. ago. My dad never got remarried. He's with the same woman. I call her my stepmom, but she didn't come
he's
into
not
my
married.
life until
He's
high
trying to
school.
find that role, right? He's
Right.
trying
But
to
it's-
find that
And
role.
they
yeah.
still,
They're still
my-
together though, right?
They are, but they're pretty much the only thing they fight about is my brother, who suffers from addiction and alcoholism and all, and that is the biggest strain on their relationship.
It's
And they
always- it's
have
a
almost
huge-
not made it several times because of
That's
that
a whole
alone.
different show.
Yeah.
But that's,
We'll
what,
get
that's
there.
what the guy was saying though, is
We'll
that
get there.
that's the biggest, like everybody else, if you are from the first marriage, you fell in love, you married the person, you had kids, you like the storybook, that's like easy,
Yeah.
like you mix it all up and you do all this different stuff. It's just
It really is. I'm going to say it really is easy because my parents have been together. That we all know that we talk about them all the time. They've been together since they're 14 years old. They're married 60 years next year.
Respect.
And it wasn't about easy. It was about that he came from a shitty background, right? And when he met my mother, and my mother's family was together for a very long time, right, until they both passed. They brought him in and showed him what love is. Okay. And he hung on to that and he never let go of it. So at the end of the day, what happened for him was the fact that he saw what a true family should be like. And because he had a shitty one, now all of a sudden he stayed and made it very clear that my family, me, my sister, my mother, my father, no matter what was going to happen, we were going to be together. And to this day, he's still like that. And you know my father. But again, the statistic, and I'm not trying to bash the numbers. The problem I have with that is everybody that I know, honestly, I would say, and I'm going to say most of the guys I know in my relationship world are step parents. I don't know. I don't think I know one that is a natural both.
Okay.
I don't honestly believe that I know one. I'm running through every person that I know right now in my head. Again,
5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the
count. How's the count doing?
The latest
Yeah.
ones. Okay, let's go with the latest ones. You're 100% right because there have been too many to count. But at the end of the day, so I don't know anybody in my inner circle now that is not a step parent or hasn't been divorced or come from a
Okay.
divorce.
Because
family.
we're in the
Well-
room
Pretty
right
amazing.
now. We're in the room right now.
Yeah.
So we're all five.
Yeah.
All 5 of us.
There's only 3 here, but you'll get there.
There's 4 of
You'll
us.
get there. Oh, he said don't upset you. I don't want to upset you.
But
What?
remember, I told you on the phone.
Yeah, what'd you tell me?
I said it was 2020 when we met, right?
When you and I met?
Yes.
Yeah.
At your daughter and my stepdaughter's T-ball,
Don't
whatever.
we met.
And
Just,
Tiny tornadoes. Shout
well, that's
outs.
important.
We were
no, I'm
because-
saying we met. Don't tell me that.
What?
We're
What
supposed
you
to
mean?
tell him when you and I met.
Oh,
Was it on? It was on a beach.
She's not even
You're
getting it.
you're the only guy that's okay to text my wife. So
Yeah.
we'll just leave that there.
Yeah,
You're the
who
only
dis?
guy-
And who dis?
And if you really had that issue, you better fucking go see your therapist.
I
bro.
already told you.
For
you're
any,
all- you're all
I
right.
thank you,
Yeah.
but for any, I don't and maybe CC, and please, I want you to not forget that thought. But I want to. He took me off that for a minute. If you
See
are
how, see how
that,
easy it
Good
is?
job.
yeah, if you are that, if anybody's ever that insecure, anybody, like if my wife wants to text some, hey, look, I look at it this way. If we're not good enough, they're leaving. So whether I fucking bash her and say you can't talk to that guy, if she is talking to him in a romantic setting, I'm gonna send her to the nuts. Okay.
I love
And-
I love
I'll
your
stop texting
confidence,
her.
bro.
Oh,
your
100%,
confidence is
yeah.
top
I'll stop.
notch.
Yeah,
I'll stop.
and it was funny. Big C. Speaking
Me
of
and you
that,
both, brother.
when he was like the first time he put us together, because I was just being nice. I was like, okay, because I can see I'm dealing with this guy. This guy's the most sensitive motherfucker that walks planet. So I was seeing where this guy
I'm
was
going
at.
to radical sensitivity.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
are
just-
radical.
We'll talk about them next.
Yeah, did you bring beer? He did this time.
I
So
did.
did I.
We need
I
the
brought a
vomit
lot of
song.
stuff this time.
Yeah.
You don't.
So anyway, so the first time that he put us together, I was like, oh, he's that guy. I was like, okay, he wants all 3 of us to talk. Because eventually I was just going to start texting on the side. What the fuck's he going to do? Hey, stop texting my wife. If I send you a
That's
dick
what I
pic,
do.
then he has every right to be mad, right?
Yes.
But if he wanted the dick pic, then it didn't work and fucking move on. See, everybody gets crazy about that. Okay, so we
Yeah.
met in 2020. Sorry.
Okay, yes.
So
And
thank you for letting me text your wife.
Which phone?
What's this,
phone do you use?
1942?
There's like
Okay.
9 phones. Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead. What do you got?
I told you your
Yes.
wife was the very first person that
Yes,
I
yes.
ever. She said, "Which one is yours?" And I said, "I never knew how to answer that question." And I said, "Oh, my stepdaughter is out there." And she said, "Oh, I'm a stepmom too."
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And I just melted.
Yeah.
That was the
That was
first
awesome.
time that
Yeah.
I ever met another stepmom
Wow.
as a stepmom. Yes,
wow,
that
that's
was
amazing.
and that was, I mean, so, and I think of our circle of friends that we
They're all
hang out
together?
with, and yeah, they're
Wow.
all nuclear families.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
What's
No, I don't know
what's a
one of them. I
nuclear
seriously.
family? What's that?
I can.
It
Mom, dad, kids.
You know.
You know, see, that's why I'll never be like really sensitively, softly. Like you'll never need tissues in this room because I did hear you got a little upset on that one. You know,
Oh,
you,
no.
you
Well, I was
sound-
talking about my daughter.
Yeah,
understood,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and rightfully so, right? Well, you'll never cry in this room. He said, "Don't make her cry today." I'm like, "I'll try really
I
hard."
don't think she's a crier though, dude.
Oh,
She's a puncher.
I already
though.
almost cried.
Oh, did you really?
Here,
Here?
what was
Well,
he
what'd you
talking-
do?
What did I do? Was
Don't
it
make
good
her
or
cry,
bad?
bro?
When he
Are you
was
gonna
saying
cry
about the
now?
lawyers.
You can't cry. Oh, don't.
the
you can't.
lawyers
And
made you cry?
about how most people don't. All of that. Yeah.
You know what? Fuck a lawyer.
It's been a journey.
No.
It's been a journey
Fuck a
for
lawyer.
her.
Love
They're
you, Big
good
C.
people.
Yeah,
Love
fuck
you.
those
His
guys.
wife put us onto them.
Yeah, we did.
They're saving our
Made
lives.
me cry too. I
I
about
didn't
cried.
say fuck that lawyer. I'm just saying fuck lawyers in general.
Yeah,
Look,
fuck 'em.
at
No,
the end of-
these
they
are
have
good
to
people.
lawyers.
Except for the one that my
Lawyers, I don't look at lawyers as bad guys. That he's just giving you some nonsense. You know, I shouldn't say
You're
nonsense.
one school book away from being a lawyer. Bro.
I am.
Yeah,
So anyway,
100%.
but then again, I don't
Bad
judge
lawyer.
a lawyer for like the guys who do the criminal stuff. They have a right. Everybody has a right in this country to be defended. So I don't look. I'm not one of those guys that look at that lawyer who's defending the pedophiles and all that shit. Unfortunately, the rule of law is that everybody has a right to be defended, right? So just because they choose to be the defense of those, they're going to get defended one way or another, right? So we've given them that right to be defended. So a lawyer has to go do that job. So you can't really fault the lawyer for doing a job that maybe somebody else didn't want, right?
I'm
It's
all
kinda-
for
That's
the
a
good
job.
I'm
lawyer.
with you, right? I'm with
I
you.
respect
but,
them.
Right, me too. But I just think that and I say fuck lawyer for this aspect. Yeah, yes, that's true. There may be a true stat, 90%, whatever that is. But at the end of the day, you have two options. In coming in as a step parent, you have two fucking options. You really do. Either you're gonna stick it out and you're going to get all the shit and it's never going to fucking end. Not only end with, it may end with the other person, but it's never going to end with the child. The child is always going to be somewhere along the line, and it's not necessarily to come out like it was in 1970. You're not my mother, shit like that, right? It's always going to have that, especially when another child comes into it. You're going to love on. You're just going to walk through it. You're going to just ignore it because it's never going to change. It's going to the relationship's going to change as they get older and they respect and all that stuff. But in the back of everybody's mind at that time, they all may have a little bit of an issue to be like, when something goes wrong, all of a sudden they want to be on the tip of your tongue, right? And either you figure that out and you suck it up. And you understand that the guy is going to be, because most of us guys take those bullets. I am sure he has. I know he has. CC didn't fucking hear a word from my ex or my children for almost 2 fucking years because I wasn't going to allow it, right? I had to do that because what do you do if you don't do that? You're going to run away. And again, up to a certain point, we can go as far as we can without strangling somebody on the other side, right? Or you're going to just get in there. You're going to love like you've never loved. Right. And it's going to be a different kind of love. And you're going to have what you have today.
And as they get older, things are going to change too. You know what I mean?
Of
That's
course
a
they do.
major
Yeah.
role in that.
And I have clung to that,
Yeah.
but honestly, it's kind of just gotten worse.
Well,
far.
Also because that other
but you're-
that other parent is swaying
Has
in
also
her.
gotten worse.
Right,
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know what?
I will say,
Your love
it
is stronger
never,
than that.
It,
You'll see.
but it has. It never was as bad as when we got married.
Yeah.
It was like a switch
Because
flip,
then,
but it was crazy because we were engaged for a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Hang
not
in
like
there.
you didn't know it was coming.
You just dig
Hang
your
in there.
heels down and you stay who you are, true to who you are, and what you guys have developed.
And
You
the
know,
other-
that's been my major
And
thing.
the other part of
But
and
the challenge in that though is I'm raising my brand new son.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Which
to have
is
a
also
family
part,
experience.
but that's all one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
all
know.
one, and that's where you dig your heels and you teach them that your morals and how you want to do things, and yeah, it's tough.
it's like it gets really deep and heavy, and we love you for. But then when you fucking when you put the rabbit down for a minute, you got some good shit to
I
say.
do.
I mean,
Don't.
you use the wrong vocabulary
Have
once
you
in a while, but
seen
it's
the
okay.
rabbit?
It's okay.
Where'd he go?
Where's
It's
the
like this, yeah.
rabbit?
So yeah, Lenny.
Oh,
Oh my God,
is it in his
Jeez.
butt?
that's a gerbil.
It's a feature.
That's a gerbil.
It's a feature.
Look at that ass. You can't have that ass. That's
And my
a gerbil.
ass is bald. by the way.
There's been
Really?
We're not talking about
You all
your
in the
hair
waxing.
status on your ass,
Oh,
bro.
it's
Hey,
too radical.
nobody was
Too
I'm
radical.
very proud of it. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
We're
I dig my heels down
we
and
talk-
shave.
we were
Him and
talking
his
about
chest.
So let's
Yeah.
talk production real quick. So
Oh.
AC wants me to
No.
film him getting waxed. So if anybody wants to see AC getting his
They all
butthole
do.
waxed, please
They all do.
comment and let
These
us know.
will not
'cause
be present for that one.
It sounds
either.
like you're going to be
You
filming
don't
it
have
if
a
y'all are
choice.
both doing
If
it.
you're gonna
What do
let's
you
get
mean I
something
have a
straight.
choice? I have a choice?
Let's get no, you don't. Let's
No.
Get let's
Can I
get
ask why?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why?
why?
Oh my
Why?
God, what great content!
It's a lot of hair.
It doesn't hurt.
It does hurt.
It doesn't.
Have you
His
done
would.
sugaring?
Sugaring.
It's
What is that?
Oh yeah, you haven't
When
done
you get
Mama
your
Bear
asshole
yet?
waxed?
Yeah, no, well,
Yeah.
where they take the ball and they roll it up on you, and they.
Okay.
No,
I
that's a
guess I
different
can't
thing.
speak to
That's
that.
It's called.
gay.
It's called. It's called. You can't say gay. It's called. It's called Mama Bear, and it's
Mama
sugaring.
Bear.
So it's like sugar and honey. And they mash into a ball and they put it on you and then they kind of roll it off. It's all wax. First of all,
Okay.
let's act like let's not say wax. Did you say waxing's not doesn't hurt?
Yes, waxing that area is not painful. It would not
Where
be.
what's not
funny
painful?
content.
What's not painful? The taint. I've done it. It hurts.
I can't speak on the taint.
The asshole hurts. I said ace. I was about to say.
Yeah, but he's got a lot
I
of
don't
hair.
think you have a taint, do you?
No, which is why I
Genetically?
can't speak
Yeah.
on it.
First of all, I think hair is great.
Yeah, she doesn't. You got a
women.
little bit of a taint between the.
I don't know. That's
where-
fun. I don't know the answer
Yeah,
to
I
the
thought
bottom
that was
of-
between the balls and the.
Yeah, that's what I
the
thought.
balls
so
and the
too,
butthole. You can say
I don't
yes.
have
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah. You.
Yeah.
No, you don't have balls.
I don't have
Oh,
balls.
that's
Oh,
good.
now
I
you-
seem like it.
now you
That's
tell
why
us.
I'm the big C, I guess.
That-
Oh, the big C.
And the only reason I was texting you is I thought you had balls. That's the reason. I was like, oh, she has balls. I mean,
Where'd they go?
Sorry to
but
disappoint.
I'm gonna let this go right here in terms of that aspect because you're gonna be one of our guest co-hosts. So we're gonna keep bringing you, but you need to be here because
Yeah.
you got you bring a
Just-
different side. You know?
Shout out to Radical Stepmoms
Yeah,
for getting
100%.
She is an
it's
incredible
great.
person.
It's a
Yeah, I
great
can't wait to be
podcast.
on that show.
Incredible person doing an incredible thing.
Yeah, I can't wait to be on that show. We're gonna change. By the time I'm done with changing the name.
We should have never even told him.
Oh God, I struggle with it. You just got to listen to episode fucking 7 and tell me that you'd keep that name change. Because radical means
Listen
radical
to any
means
other episode.
I've listened to yours. Even yours. What yours wasn't change the world either. Come in with a fucking pitch. Yours was this is a situation that I'm dealing with, and you had the whole room. Yours was like a fucking Neil Diamond concert, right? Where everybody was crying. At the end of it, everybody was sad. There was no right. I mean, did you listen to it? I'm
I
sure
cried.
that's
I
a
was in the
terrible
car.
analogy.
She's looking
That's
at
a
me, wanting
terrible
to see if I'm
analogy.
crying.
I know.
She poured her heart out. man.
That's not that.
She was waiting for answers.
I'm not questioning that you if you listen to what I said,
I didn't see
she
it. I
did
didn't-
pour her heart out.
going
Nothing
to.
about what she did was radical. Everything that she did, she shredded. Everybody that listened to that show there were probably a couple that fucking threw themselves off a
It
building.
was radical.
Well, hopefully
The
radical.
point of being radical, the whole point is giving voice to us as
Yeah, right,
stepmoms.
right.
It's changing the narrative of the wicked stepmom and being
Right,
like, look,
coming
we're
out.
out here trying to help.
But not-
everybody says it takes a village to raise a child, but not if it includes a stepmom. Nobody wants a stepmom
no,
in there.
that's
I like that. That was
because
good. That was
again,
deep.
we walk into the
I like that. I like
situation.
that.
We walk into the situation, right? And not every one of us. We all may deal with a little bit of because a new parent to a child is going to fucking rattle them. You're never going to change that. I don't get unless the
I agree with that. I agree with
unless
that.
the parent passes,
Right.
you are not changing that narrative.
I hope that I am never in this situation, but I can confidently say if a new woman were to come into my son's life, I would want to maintain the best possible relationship I could with her to make
Yeah,
sure
of
that
course.
he is being loved to the
100%.
most and highest capacity. And so
100%.
that door of conversation and communication is open for us. I want
100%.
to know everything.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on at dad's house. I want to know what she's doing, saying, I want to know that she's caring for him and loving him.
Yep. And the sad part about it is, with those good intentions, it won't go
tough.
down that way.
Yeah, it won't go down that
Sadly,
way.
it won't go down
Yeah,
that way.
he's right on
But
that.
let me ask you
I
this:
have to agree, he's right on that.
what about a new?
He's right on that. It's
How does
tough. It's tough.
How does Sherpa feel about a new father in the child's life? Like when if Cece leaves me and you guys are left and all of a sudden I'm coming over and I'm hanging out. Now I can text you
He's
normally.
pissed.
Yeah, he's pissed. Oh, you're not letting us over.
I mean, if all that went down,
Yeah,
you
look at
know,
him. He's
you'd be all
fine.
right. You'd be all right.
Atta
I would
boy.
still be cool with you.
Right? That's what I said. We had a friend of ours change the subject, but you did a great job. And again, for me, it wasn't radical because you're never going to change that narrative. And that's why we're going to change the name of the show because you're never going to change. There's never going to be
It's very fitting.
with a
It's not
child
changing.
with a child child with a parent, with a significant other parent in that child's life, no matter what, even if it's nice and even if it's good, which we want it to be, there's always going to be some sort of conflict. Even if it doesn't come from the conflict from the parents, even if the parent isn't bashing the child itself is going to feel this is not mommy and daddy and rebel a little bit here and there, feel a little lost, feel a little lonely, feel like they're missing something, what they had when they were, even at 2, that's a little young. So you kind of get out of that. You got in a situation where the other one was an asshole, right? But sorry to say asshole, but at the end of the day,
You're saying it, not us.
yeah, okay, all right. Well,
That is true.
damn.
Yeah.
And I did say it loud, right? But unless the other person passes or is like gone completely out of their lives and says, here, so you can have this child, signs it over and all that stuff, that other person is, it's very difficult for them to say, hey, well, let's talk about it, Big C. This is what's going on today in
And I
little
think
Jimmy's
I said
life.
that in the podcast.
just-
I think I said I give her grace because
You
I
have
can't
to,
put
yeah.
myself
You
there.
did
I
say
don't
that.
know what she's going through. I'm sure it is hard emotionally. And I have said that to my stepdaughter. I empathize with your mom. I can't imagine having to share my child.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a worse pain.
Yeah, but the problem with that one is, as you and I, and we all know, the three of us, I'm assuming in this room, knowing the history, there's way more than going on there than you. You know, there's
I could be anybody. It has nothing to do
She's
with
the
me as
best.
a person.
She's the best thing that
It is.
happened to everybody involved in the relationship.
Right. There's nothing
Big
to
C.
do-
God sent.
Yeah,
she
for
was
sure.
God sent.
Now let's
That's
let-
called a bridge.
Going for, yeah,
That's
I
called
was
a
saying-
bridge.
I was saying, as we go into that, yeah. So
That was a
to
good
wrap that up,
bridge.
I can't wait for you to be the co-host. You're going to
Me
get me
either.
on that show. I'm going to change your narrative because not every stepfather. Okay, because we get the same shit you guys do, but we handle it a little. We get it. I know you wanted to bridge it, but I'm gonna give you this. How about the fact,
It's
you know,
already
you guys
bridged.
may have the stepfather.
Cliffhanger.
I have to deal with a father who is coming at me. The father's coming at me because now I've taken over his family.
Right.
Okay, so we get on, we completely get on that side. And for the stepfather, they, you know, I actually the first time I met my ex's father, my stepdaughter's father, we rolled down a flight of steps because he kept saying he was coming, never came. Right, and then you probably heard that episode. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can segue into, because she didn't cry. You didn't cry.
I didn't cry.
Let's hear it for
I
not
have more to
crying.
say, but
Not
okay.
cry.
Oh wait, no. I want you to finish it, please. Please.
It's the societal standpoint. It's the stepfathers show up and fill a gap that's there, and they help and they step in and they step up and they're the man
But not to the
and
other
all of
father.
that.
Not to the father.
No,
Well,
no,
that's what
but
we're
to
talking about here.
society. But we're not talking about a Disney narrative of wicked stepdads. That's not
Ooh,
a
I like
thing.
that.
It's
I
the
like
wicked
that.
stepmothers that have
I
been
like that.
demonized
Yeah.
Boom.
always
Oh,
in society as a whole.
It just, but it doesn't need to be that way, because
That
at the
was
end,
good.
it doesn't need to be that way, because at the end of the day, you're not going to change again the relationship between the mother and the stepmother. Okay, and the stepmother is unfortunately the one who's going to be stronger than the mother. The mother wants to act the fool and make herself look like an idiot. Eventually, that shines through, right? So because even the stepmother in the thing, what happens to
If the stepmother
She
makes it that
dies,
far.
right? The stepmother, I mean the one in the Disney movies you're talking about.
Oh
of
yeah,
a
all the
sudden-
moms are dead.
and all the moms are dead, and the
Yep.
stepmother becomes the princess. Does she not? Does she not end up with the positive note of it? I've never
The
seen one.
stepdaughter does.
And
the
so does-
stepmom is wicked and evil,
But then
and
changes all of a
after
sudden at
dad's
the end of it.
money and
But
all
after,
of that.
all of a sudden it changes, and the stepmother becomes the good person. Does she not?
What the what?
I don't know.
Disney
I
movies
don't
are you
know.
watching?
I'm not-
Yeah.
Well, give me a Disney that the stepmother ends
Cinderella,
bad.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
Cinderella.
Yeah, but what do you mean
Snow
Cinderella?
White.
Snow White.
All
There's
of
a
them.
stepmother and Snow
Moana.
White.
Yeah, the one who
Oh.
gives her the apple.
There's
What do
no
you mean?
Moana. What the
I
fuck?
thought we were naming Disney movies.
So I think that it happens on both sides. Yes. Okay. So let's if we're gonna take that
Agree to
in.
disagree?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you too.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
with
you.
you. 100%.
Yeah, of course you
I
are.
love those
You
movies.
drive home with
Always.
her.
Yeah.
And this guy just loves Disney
I
movies.
do. I love Disney
So
movies.
you're gonna get me on that show, and you're gonna be there. I'm gonna mention you.
Please
Why?
don't.
What do you mean? Please don't.
Because you're after the
not
name.
after the
you're
name.
Oh,
bashing.
yeah.
I'm about it. I'm in her corner.
I'm gonna have a little fun with it.
But he could write the email that said like, "What about them stepdads?" Question mark.
I'm gonna.
And then he could start
She
his
would
first
have you
sentence
on.
that said,
100%.
"What
I
it
know she
do."
will. I didn't hear. I was
No,
reading
you
through
should
some
have
of them. I was
you
reading.
on, and they'll have her on the same.
Oh yeah.
That would be great, dude.
She wouldn't be able to hang. I don't know that she like
Christina
two
would rip you to
podcasts
shreds.
I don't think she,
together?
oh god,
She's
no.
like a doctor. Or
Two
something.
podcasts
She
coming
is. She's
together.
a licensed clinical
Cliffhanger, dude.
Cliffhanger.
okay.
In and now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, she's a doctor.
We're
Hold
gonna
on.
tie
But
it
the
in.
problem is, no, I don't think that she may try and and I'm not gonna say try to. She may out vocabulary me, but at the end of the day, I think that what you remind me of, and I'm sure she probably heard this before. Have you ever seen the Saturday Night Live skit where they're like, "Hey, I love your sweaty balls."
Sweaty balls.
Do you remember the Christmas one? You got to remember the
Sweaty-
with Alec
oh,
Baldwin.
yeah.
Oh my god!
You don't know that one?
and
Sweaty
she's like,
balls?
Sweaty balls.
and you hear the because she's very calm. Like,
Yeah,
her
very
whole
calm.
opening.
They're
is-
all very calm on
Yeah.
the sweaty balls.
yeah. Her opening is like, "Hi everybody." It's really
Oh,
cute.
it's great.
And-
It's
yeah.
great.
So I don't know.
That's a
the
great
She's
skit.
good. Hey, she's a good interviewer, man.
She's
At the end of
great.
the day,
She's
she's
great,
a
yeah.
really good
Again, we're not
interviewer.
talking
I
about
was a
we're not-
basket
we're not-
case. She did a great
She
job.
did a great. She led
Yeah.
you
You
to
did
it.
very good,
She-
too.
You, I will
Because
s-
of her.
I
What was
will-
your name
no,
on that? Was your name
because
Big
of
C
you.
on
Yeah,
that?
I disagree.
It
with that.
has to be Big C on that.
I disagree with that because at the end of the day, she tried to take you down avenues that you stood strong, and she tried to take you down different avenues. Because I did notice in that episode, in your episode, there were times that she wanted you to bash, and you did not bash.
Why does she want you to do that?
I don't know if she wanted to, but it's definitely
It's-
radical.
well, creates
She
con-
opened the door.
Yeah, she opened the door.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it
that's
creates
what,
conflict.
and I
Like
would
baited
have
you?
if we weren't in the middle of
Yeah,
a
you can't.
custody battle.
You don't ever do that.
Like baited
don't
you?
ever do that.
Wait a
Don't
minute.
don't
Hold
ever.
on.
Hold
That's a
on.
big
Excuse
topic.
me, Dees.
I'm allowed. It's my experience
Nah,
too.
no, I'm
This is my
saying-
life.
yeah, but
and
don't-
and
don't
I
let
have
the
to
child
protect
hear
her
that.
from her actions.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, you don't want to do that on.
Yeah, you gotta- yeah,
Yeah, I'm
don't-
with you. Yeah.
don't
You're-
bash.
but it's the bigger
do
person
that.
thing.
Don't
You
bash.
did a great
No, you
job.
don't
You did
Don't
a
take
great
that
job.
bait. Don't take that.
Don't do it here in the
I will tell
complete
you-
nonsense.
Hold on a
Don't do
second.
it.
I will tell you this, okay, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. There is nothing. I have heard it. I don't do it.
I love that.
And I didn't do it. I did my best. Not everybody fails here and there. Don't get me wrong, okay? Because I'm not perfect with it. But there's nothing is gained by that, because at the end of the day, especially in front of the it makes me vomit.
yeah,
it makes
it
me
does.
vomit when I was very adamant about not doing it in front of my children.
100%.
They
This
interpret
was
that a
not
whole
in
different
front of the
way.
children.
Because and even having that conversation with a child or trying to correct it about the other parent, you just do it. You just correct. For me, and we're gonna end it here, but for me, if she was saying something about us, I corrected us to let them know that I wasn't saying your mother's a liar. I was just giving them what our truth was. And at the end of the day, half the time I didn't even do that, because then all of a sudden now they have a conflict in their head.
Mm-hmm.
And now that conflict is who's lying, who's not lying.
Right.
Don't ever take
100%.
Their
that.
interpretation.
100%.
Right.
And I would never,
Yeah,
and
we
I
never
don't
do that.
bash
Yeah,
in
yeah.
front of the child. This
God,
was not
no.
in front of
That'd
the
be
child.
awful.
I did not make the child
No, of course not.
known or
Yeah.
aware that I did
We
this
always build
podcast.
the
Of course
mom.
not.
We always build the mom up.
Oh, you
in
mean I
front-
was supposed
in
to
front of
tell
the
No, heck
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry.
No,
child. No, you
shut
didn't.
up.
Shut it.
What
Shut
episode?
it.
What episode was it?
Yeah.
Shut it.
Season 8, episode 8.
Season 8, episode 8.
where am I at?
Radical
Three?
Stepmoms.
We're
Radical
at
Stepmoms.
48 minutes. I think
Okay.
we could probably end this one and run another one. She can check on the baby. I got to take another piss.
Yeah, well, she can't take it. She can't check on the baby, because then the baby's gonna get crazy, because we got to get.
but she can
'cause
just peek out. She can peek out.
Oh yeah.
Cliffhanger.
I want to say thank who we thanking today?
Thank God for Radical
Oh yeah,
Stepmom.
thank God for
That's the
that.
reason I'm here today.
Are you here because of God? We'll find that out next
Both.
episode.
God
You
and
got to say.
Christina.
Gotta go.
Christina.
God and Christina? Oh my God, you just put her in the Holy Spirit. What do you got?
Amen.
She just put her in the
I'd like
Trinity.
to say you guys are commenting and subscribing. Keep up the great work. Leave a review. Grab a brew.
Why are you yelling?
Cheers.
Why are you yelling? You got to turn him down. What do you guys say?
He's
Sherpa?
done.
Why
Love
you always
you.
interrupt
Hey,
You
my-
don't got to say anything.
Hey,
You're very
great job, Big C. You crushed
Yeah,
it.
let's
Love
hear
you.
from Big C.
Yo.
All right, you thought you were going to show me. It was close, but with that, I say AC out. That was good. Complete Nonsense Podcast is brought to you today by Anglo-American Optical, a 100-year-old manufacturer of high-end English eyewear, produced in the UK, distributed everywhere. Check them out for all your eyewear needs. Anglo-American Optical, Ltd.com. Also, What Do I Care Optical, an online eyeglass retailer specializing in Maui Jim, Ray-Ban, Anglo-American Optical, and many other brands. They offer the best lenses on the market. Check them out at whatdoicareoptical.com. And lastly, Blue Savage 2, an up-and-coming apparel company that specializes in custom designs of high-quality clothing and apparel. If you can design it, you can imagine it, they can make it. Check them out, Blue Savage Tea on Facebook, or email them any of your apparel needs. Blue Savage Tea, that's BLU, savagetea@gmail.com.